Nearly 1 year ago, in January 2025, a 20-year-old Illinois woman, Katie Abraham, you see her here, and her friend Chloe were killed in a drunk driving hit-and-run car crash. That crash, authorities say, caused by a criminal illegal alien. This is just one of several recent incidents on the road involving illegal immigrants and others losing their lives and being injured. And we brought those to you here, like the one you see on National Report. Joe Abraham, Katie's father, joining us now alongside Illinois Congresswoman Mary Miller, who is fighting to crack down on sanctuary states issuing CDL licenses to illegal aliens. Thank you both for being on. This is such an important topic, to say the very least. I've got to start with Joe, if I can. Good morning to both of you. To hear about that devastating loss, I can only imagine what it's like for you right now and going through the holidays in this moment. But still, again, having the courage to speak to us today. Can you talk to us about that, taking us back, learning about your daughter's passing, then finding out this was tied to someone here illegally? Talk to us here, sir.
Yeah, so Katie, we had a phone call Sunday morning, January 19th, that our daughter had died in a traffic wreck. And it turned out that the person who killed Katie was a Guatemalan national. He was using a Mexican national alias. So any minimal background check, any common sense policy that Illinois should have had would have kept him out of our state. He also had a incurable infectious disease. No one checked his health status when he came in. Was he as reckless with his disease in the communities as he was behind the wheel? I suspect he was, as I don't think this was his first foray into drunk driving, which is another issue in Illinois that really isn't being covered, or not much deterrence there. So it was very tragic. As a parent, it's something you can never prepare for. We are, as we go into the holidays, we stare at an empty chair now at our table, and a chair that, yes, Julio Cucabol killed Katie, but I'm sorry, Illinois policies, extreme policies, help put that empty chair at our table. And I guarantee you that Illinois politicians have full tables at their houses.
Yeah, and Joe, with sincerity, we are so sorry that you, your family, your friends are going through that. Again, our hearts are with you, especially during this holiday season. And that's where I bring in the Congresswoman, if I can, because you obviously hear it firsthand right there to your left. Joe is telling you, here are the issues with sanctuary cities, sanctuary states giving out CDL licenses like they're candy to illegal aliens. Talk to me about what you're doing.
Yes, sadly, he's not the only one that has come to me with a member of their family killed by illegals in Illinois, sanctuary state. But it is unbelievable how J.B. Pritzker's sanctuary policies are protecting the worst of the worst. Criminal, illegal aliens that flouted our laws to get here. They are wicked people. And on top of it, we are giving them driver's licenses and CDL licenses. When they apply, they do not have to have the kind of IDs that we need. They can sign an affidavit of who they are, get a driver's license with nothing on it to discriminate that they are not a U.S. citizen. They take that unbelievably to get CDL licenses. They are bringing in interpreters to read the questions and obviously give them the answers, because Katie's killer did not read in any language. I have a bill called the Safe Driving Laws Act that will defund rescind federal highway funding from any states that are issuing driver's licenses and especially CDL licenses to unvetted people.
Yeah, you need to.
I mean, if we don't cut off the funding.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you need to. I think we're on the same page. You have to be able to read our road signs. You have to be able to speak the language here if you're operating these big rigs, because these ultimately are weapons. And having said that, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is speaking moments ago, warning that states issuing CDL licenses, like we're talking about, giving these to illegals endangers the entire country, because they don't just stay in that state. They travel. Here's that. Watch this.
Any state that issues an illegal license, those drivers just don't stay in those states. You're not just risking the lives of your citizens, you're risking the life of every citizen on American roadways if there's an unlawfully issued California commercial driver's license, because these truckers drive around the country.
That is new, by the way. That was moments ago. We were able to clip that for you. And Joe, can I go to you on that and listening? You see the federal response. That's seemingly not the issue. It comes down to the states.
Yeah, so that's all I was asking when Katie was killed, and the silence from Illinois has been deafening. All I'm asking is what front-end process was put in place to minimal background checks, some health screenings, anything, or were they just winging it? It was a free-for-all. They just needed warm bodies. I suspect there's ballots tied to some of these warm bodies. I kind of lived in Illinois all my life. I understand how they operate. So it's very disheartening, the response from Illinois, that I have received no compassion. My family does not qualify for their one-sided compassion. If you think about what you see on the news, and the media is sort of at fault here as well, all you see are these sort of sob stories of people who've broken all these laws, and that's all you see on the news. I never saw anything about fire departments having to rip open the vehicle my daughter was killed in to pull her dead body out of it. I haven't seen any stories like that. So the one-sided compassion in Illinois is really very disgusting to me and my family. It's very hurtful. It's putting salt in the wound, and then they keep doubling down on these extreme policies that got Katie killed.
Yes.
Yeah, Congresswoman, I mean, I'm listening right there with you, with Joe, and he's not wrong. Listening, watching media, the coverage, the empathy for those that have broken laws versus stories like Katie's that we're seeing here on the screen, and the father that Joe was, and still is. Congresswoman, how upsetting is this to you?
Well, it's very upsetting, but I want to tell people that President Trump is completely committed to restoring law and order and safety and security in our country. And states like Illinois and other blue states that are flouting our federal immigration laws, that are providing protection and sanctuary and making taxpayers pay the bill in tragedies like this, and financially also. President Trump is taking bold steps, Secretary Duffy also. The Department of Homeland Security, in honor of Katie, in September started Operation Midway Blitz to target Chicago and arrest these illegals. There have been 600,000 illegals, like criminal illegals, already arrested and deported. 1.9 million have self-deported, and we have only begun. President Trump is committed to this, and so is Secretary Duffy and the rest, Homeland Security, and I'm right along with them. But we have to cut off funding to these states that refuse to cooperate with federal laws.
All right, we'll watch for that. Thank you, Congresswoman Mary Miller. She's also the chair of the Congressional Family Caucus. We do appreciate that. Joe Abraham, in this most difficult time, losing his daughter, Katie, tragically like that, and going through the holidays in this moment. Again, our thoughts, our hearts are with your prayers as well. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.